Hey guys, if you're enjoying the content that I'm making, please click that subscribe button. Also remember to click that bell button and make sure to tick that box to send all notifications so you don't miss out on any videos. With that in mind, let's get on with the video. What's up guys, welcome to Munchkins Gaming, where we take your gaming to the next level. This is Munchkins logging in to bring you another Dissidia Final Fantasy Opera Omnia video. And welcome to my video guide on Leon's Lost Chapter Power is Everything Part 15 Hard Mode. Now before we do begin this video, I would just like to remind you guys, if you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel. The goal basically left for me this year is to get to that 1,000 subscriber goal, and I'm nearly there. About 750 something subscribers now, so about 250 something left to go. So if you haven't already, again, please click that subscribe button, and it wouldn't hurt to leave a like on this video as well. Let's try to aim for some likes as well, and I think I will be starting my videos like this as well, so we can get some goals up on my videos. So for this video, I'd say, since this is not much of a big a sort of event and it's not that particularly hard, I don't think a lot of people will be needing this guide. But if we can get to that 15 likes, I think that would be really great. Now, one other thing is regarding my pool video for Leon's banner. Now, I will have to put that aside. I will be waiting for Charlotta's event to come up, and we'll be pulling on her banner first before I actually go to Leon's banner. So the ideal situation for me is I pull for Charlotta, and don't use as much resources in getting her EX, and therefore I will have enough resources to actually do Leon's banner. Now that is the plan, and if you are planning to get Charlotta and you're kind of up in the fence with Leon as well, I suggest you do the same. This is probably the best way to get Charlotta as much as possible, and of course get Leon later on. Anyway guys, that's it for the intro. Let's get on with this video. Okay, so as always, we'll start off with the weaknesses, resistances, and the abilities of the final boss, which is the Celestial. So for its weaknesses, it is weak to both ice and dark elements. It doesn't have any resistances, and as for its abilities, we'll start off with its normal Brave Attack, which is a melee Brave Attack. Massive Strike, which is a melee Brave Attack. This raises the turn rate when inflicting a break or attacking a target afflicted with break. Next is Holy Breath, which is a group Holy Magic Brave Attack. Poison Mist, which is a group Magic Brave Attack, which also inflicts poison. Next is Thunderbolt, which increases its Brave. It is a magic Brave Attack that reduces all enemies' Brave to 2/5 of their current Brave, and has a fair chance of inflicting Paralyze. Next up is Charge, and this is basically, it will increase its Brave, grants itself a couple of buffs, which is a Defense up, Attack up, and a Max Brave up, and this will also remove all the debuffs, frame included. Next up is Stardust Snail. This basically recovers itself from the break status, and it is a group Holy Melee Brave Attack plus an HP attack. This also removes the target's buffs without frame, so at least your frame buffs are safe. Next is Saint Spear, which is a Holy Melee Brave Attack plus an HP attack. And finally, it has Celestial Ray, which recovers itself from its break status again and restores about 50% of its Brave according to the target's HP, and will do a Holy Magic Brave Attack plus an HP attack. Now it's important to note that the Celestial is also have a couple of resistances. It has a low resistance to the Sap debuff, and is immune to the HP attack, disable, blind, and speed down. Alright, so now that we know the resistances, the weaknesses, and the abilities of the last boss, let's take a look at some general tips and guide. And the first one, as always, is to save about 60 to 70% of your abilities on the last boss. This generally is for newer players. Older players or veteran players who have been playing this for a couple of months now, you should be fine in actually just going all out. This is only an EX difficulty type of level in terms of its difficulty, so if you have been clearing a lot of the EX fights, then this should be no problem for you. The next one is to bring in the boosted characters such as Leon, Furion, and Snow in this lost chapter. If you don't have any of these characters, then of course there are other characters that you can consider, and I cannot list them all here, but here's a couple. First is the Warrior of Light, then you have Cloud, Ace, Sephiroth, Vayne, Setzer, Noel, Lael, Ash, Rinoa, Shantoto, Lightning, Golbez, Terra, Ramza, Pain, Alice, Noctis, Jet, Ida, or Sarah. And as for the healers / brave battery options, again, this doesn't really change much. You do have a wide variety of options. In this case, we have Rem, Selphie, Maria, Eiko, Lena, Yuna, Param, Aerith, or Kate Sith. Now, as for the summon, I would highly suggest to bring Shiva. But if you don't have Shiva powered up, then you can definitely bring Ifrit or even Ramu. But I highly suggest Shiva because the boss is weak to the ice element. Okay, so now let's take a look at some general tips for the actual fight itself, or strategy I should say. I have covered this fight way back, and I don't think a lot has changed then. Even back then it was an EX fight, and with a lot of new characters right now, this fight just makes it a joke, really. So the first one I have here is to bring in Quistis or Setzer for your friend support. This correlates with the strategy. Basically, my second tip is to delay. So I didn't put Quistis as one of the characters that you can actually bring in, but I feel like even just a friend Quistis is enough for this fight. However, if you do feel like you need a little bit more delay, they can definitely bring a Setzer or Quistis to further that delay, or even Noel can do that pretty well as well. The next tip I have for you guys is do not get broken. The boss actually has a lot of Brave plus HP attacks, which can result in an instant death, especially if you do get broken. You can also apply sap or poison so you don't take too much HP damage as well, since the boss likes to recover itself from the break status and recovering its own Brave back and then using a Brave plus HP attack. This is gonna help you out, especially, at least it will drop itself down to the 0 Brave before it actually deals, too much damage to you. Like, it will take effect and then it will recover it, a couple of Brave, because it will do that Brave attack and then will do the HP attack. At least you will survive those attacks. Now the last tip is to essentially just bring a healer so you can heal any of those HP damage that you took. Now there is no minimum HP damage requirement in this fight. All you need to do is actually bring in Leon and make sure you kill it before the turn requirement, and make sure that no one actually dies. But the HP damage, it can actually affect your score as well, so make sure to try and heal up so you can get the highest score possible so you can get all the rewards. Okay, so now that we know a fair good idea of how our strategy will work for this fight, let's take a look at some possible party compositions. Of course, the first one is going to be your boosted team, which is Leon, Furion, and Snow, with a Quistis support and a Shiva summon. Basically, the idea here really is to do as much damage as you can. Furion is a actually good Brave battery, plus having Snow, a tank that can take a lot of the hits as well with his provoke. Basically, all you have to do is kind of heal Snow in a way, and Leon can do pretty well on that. But if for whatever reason you know, Furion gets hit, he can actually heal himself as well as Leon. Now, as for the next team I have here is the first video that you guys saw, which is Sarah Gomez and Leon. My Leon actually didn't have his 15 CP max limit broken, and only has, I think, one limit broken on his 35 CP, and I managed to carry him through no problem with this team. Again, with the Quistis support and Shiva for the summon. Again, we're just going with delay, plus Sarah has both the poison and the sap debuff thanks to her EX weapon, and that really just saved a lot of HP damage. Now, the third one here is basically what you guys are seeing right now, and this is more of a fun kind of team composition that I made up. I felt like I haven't showed a lot of Ida, and I haven't showed a lot of Locke as well. I don't think I've ever featured Locke in any of my videos, so here you go. And then, of course, we have Selfie for the support character and healer as well. Again, this is with a Quistis support and Shiva for the summon. Basically, Locke can heal as well as do a lot of damage. Unfortunately, his heal isn't exactly the best, but he does heal nonetheless, and Selfie can cover a lot of the big heals as well. And Ida is there basically for DPS. Now, the last team I have for you guys here is the Warrior Light Noctis Noel with Assessor support and Shiva summon. Kind of like a little overkill. I think I've listed this team composition in my last 3 video guides, and basically they are the best of the best in their kind of current state. Noel is probably a little bit more debatable as a delayer. Obviously, Quistis sort of fills in that role, and Setzer can probably do a better job, especially he can do some Brave batteries as well. But again, this fight isn't that too difficult, so everything is kind of interchangeable. Okay, so we are finally at the end of this video, and of course I have to give you guys my final thoughts on this fight. Well, if it wasn't clear enough, I did find this fight quite easy. Currently, with my characters that I have, you know, I have a backlog of characters that I haven't really been using. Even with those characters, this fight, you know, can be pretty easy as long as you go with the strategy of delay. Unfortunately, I guess for newer players, the main thing really here is when it starts charging. That can actually be a little bit scary, seeing that it will do a defense up, attack up, and a max brave up to itself as well. And plus, it does remove all the debuffs that it has that you have applied, so you have to reapply those. But overall, it shouldn't be too much. Just make sure you not get broken, just like I said earlier, because that brave plus HP attack, they're kind of scary. They can actually one-shot you, especially if your characters aren't fully leveled up or not fully geared. You will take a lot of HP damage. So just try to be careful with that, and this fight should be easy peasy. Again, it's kind of controversial whenever I say something's easy. Some people will find it difficult. Unfortunately, it will all depend on what you have to offer in that fight. So for me, this is an easy fight, a little bit of a breather, especially when, you know, chaos is just right around the corner. A lot of these breather fights are welcome in my own opinion. Sometimes I do like a challenge, and those videos actually do much better than, you know, difficulties that are really easy. Not a lot of people actually watch, but hopefully you guys did still enjoy this video. And again, remember, I'm trying to get to that 1,000 subscribers, so if you haven't already, please click that subscribe button, and, you know, make sure to click like as well as share this video to your friends, so for people who haven't subscribed to me yet, they can come in and have a look at my content. If they like it, please let them know to subscribe as well. And I think that will be the end of this video. Again, leave down in the comment below if you have any questions, and let me know which team did you use to actually beat this fight. A lot of interesting ones do pop out every now and then. If you do, I do like to, you know, I would like to hear about it, and I do like seeing different kinds of party compositions as well. Make sure to follow me on Twitter at Munchkins Gaming, and you can add me as a friend on Facebook at Munchkins Gaming. This is Munchkins logging off, and I'll see you guys in the next level.